Today we're going to microneedle our scalp for stronger, longer hair. I use a bunch of devices in this video and stem cells, so I think you should be excited. Everything in this video will be included in a blog post attached down below. The other thing that I think you're going to love about today's video is it is a throwback video from 2021. The benefit to this is that you can see how my face has changed. In fact, look at this screen grab. You can see how hollow the side of my temple was 3 years ago, and you can see what it looks like today. Much improved. So last week's video was about Sculptra. Did it make an impact? And I have to say, I believe it did. Even though I lost a lot of weight and compromised the volume, it definitely made an impact. I shared in last week's video that I'm trying to get abs. And so in these videos, I'm showing up, sharing what they look like week to week. Also, check out how white I am. In next week's video, I might be tanner because I did start the peptide melanotan 2 today. So we'll see. Now let's treat our scalp so we can grow longer, healthier hair. I'm trying to hold on to my hair because it's like my favorite thing. And so we are going to do a massive hair treatment today for scalp and hair rejuvenation. First, we have these stem cell products from Beauty from Korea. We are going to mix these two things together and we're going to microneedle them into our scalp. We are also going to use our placenta stem cell from JP Global USA, also linked below and also 10% off. And we're going to put them together because these are placenta stem cells, and that will also help increase our scalp growth and improve our hair. All right, so we have our syringe drawn up with the mixed up stem and placenta. There's a bunch of different ways you could do this. Obviously, you could just use a basic roller in your scalp and then just kind of drip it around, or you can use a microneedling pen that you have, again, drip it on your scalp and microneedle it in. The cartridges for the Hydrapen already come with set depths. On a microneedling pen, you can adjust the depth for the different areas you're doing on your face. But with these, you're going to fill this with your fluid that you want to microneedle in, and the needles are already set. So this is a 0.25 millimeter depth. I think that will work great for my scalp. I'm going to twist off the top of this vial, and then I'm going to take my solution that I mixed up and I'm going to fill it. It looks like it holds about 2.5 milliliters of fluid. I can take this side of my Hydraneedle pen and screw that capsule into it. Okay, so it's ready. So a lot of you have noticed that my hair is getting darker. That's only because I haven't had my hair colored in nearly 8 months. And so this is a really good example of how much my hair has grown in the last 8 months. We actually measured it and it looks like I've grown about a little bit over 4 inches. And you can see just from the scalp, the demarcation of where the last time I had my hair colored. The interesting thing about this is that I started doing more scalp treatments and definitely using my high frequency wand right after I got my hair last colored. And I just turned 39 years old. And so I'm going to start entering probably that time in my life where I have more hair loss and I just don't grow as much hair as I used to. And I've also noticed that I have like more breakage, more little flyaways, or I did before I started doing this, but now I've noticed that they've definitely calmed down, seeming more healthy. So I think that there could be something to microneedling your scalp with stem and using a high frequency wand afterwards to help just penetrate those serums and also cause the oxygen in your blood and in your scalp to help repair and encourage good follicle growth. So I just pulled my hair to the side so you could kind of see where I'm starting to get recession and just like broken little flyaways and things like that. But it has gotten better. It was a lot worse. I would say probably 3 years ago, it was tremendously worse after I lost a lot of weight, which is a huge contributing factor to some people who will have hair loss. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start spraying all of my hair down with this Hue Mineral spray. It has magnesium and zinc in it. It's great for skin and hair, but it's supposed to boost collagen and help products. To make sure that I get good penetration in a bunch of key areas, I'm going to start separating out my hair and we will start on this side. That's an attractive hair look, right? Nice. I'm going to run lines basically down my scalp from the front of my face kind of back. So once you have it in, you unscrew the bottom cap and then you turn on the pen and it should start vibrating. So let's see. Okay, so then I'm just going to kind of like, okay, I don't know why it's dripping on my face. And the 0.25 millimeter on this does not hurt. I'm going to now go down to the next one. I want to make sure that I really treat in this area, even where there's not much hair. Benefit of this is that you do not need to worry about adjusting the length of the needle or the speed at which it goes, because it only has one speed in the Hydraneedle. I keep calling it Hydraneedle. It's called a Hydrapen. I don't know why I call it Hydraneedle. But anyways, that is kind of like the benefit to that, is that you don't have to think about level or speed. I think that this pen also has its own challenges, quite honestly. Actually, it does have speeds on it. It just, you can't adjust the depth. So it does actually have speeds, and you can turn it up to a 3. And none of my hair has been getting caught in this so far, so that's good. Okay, I want to check the cartridge and see. I think it's empty, so we'll need to put more in it. Again, kind of the drawback to this situation. So we're going to load our little device again. I'm going to put on it twist on bottom so that it doesn't just start spilling out, and probably the rest of what we have left will fill the rest of it. I think we all get those little broken flyaways here down by our ear. And our last little pieces we'll do again over here. I'm using a 3 in case you're wondering on this. And our stem microneedling session so far, that portion is done now of our hair treatment. And I'm just going to brush it all through and make sure that everything's kind of incorporated and invigorated. And now we're going to move on to the next portion of this. Maybe you don't have a microneedling pen, or maybe you don't have this Hydrapen, or you're just like, oh wow, that's a lot of items and I don't really want all that stuff. Well, these new kind of like microneedling rollers with serum built into them have come to my attention, and they're actually available on Beauty from Korea. This one's great because it has like a hyaluronic acid in it and peptides, which are going to encourage collagen and growth. But look at, it's really, really easy to use. You could just microneedle your scalp and push the serum that's in here in. Same with your face. I think that this is a great option if you don't want to like scale up and get a bunch of different things that maybe you feel like you'll never use. Okay, so one of my favorite hair treatments, and the thing that I've been doing since I got my hair color treated 8 months ago, I've been super consistent with my high frequency wand comb. This is probably my favorite application for one of these devices because it's so easy and it feels so good. Basically, I'm going to turn it on. I have the comb in, and it's just going to help all those great stem cells we put into our scalp infuse deeper and stimulate the follicle. I like to have mine like at a level 3, and now I'm just going to brush it through my hair, and it's tingling on my scalp. So keep in mind with high frequency, it can be very drying. So if you already have dry scalp, maybe start with once a week. I usually do this twice a week. I do not do this every day. Number 1, because of time, and number 2, because it could dry out your scalp and then you would end up with like a flaky, dehydrated scalp. So just keep that in mind. If you're already dehydrated, maybe only once a week. If you're kind of like me, twice a week, and just like play with it and notice what you observe from it. We are going to do a hair mask treatment that heats up. I've never done this one before, so I'm super excited about it. It says 7 days of shiny, glowing hair, 9 days of hydrated hair. So not only is that going to actually help hydrate our hair, this hair stuff that gets dry, but it will also be locking down on top of our scalp and helping hydrate our scalp. So this is going to be great. It wants you to wash your hair beforehand just to like help eliminate buildup probably, but I'm not going to go wash my hair right now because we'll wash our hair afterwards. It does say that your hair needs to be wet, not dripping, but just damp so that the follicle can accept the moisture in deeper. Look at that mass. I definitely want to make sure that my ends are definitely hydrated because that's where I definitely want the moisture to go. One thing that I wanted to include in this video is to let you guys know that I did start taking placenta vitamins. Now that I'm getting older, I just thought that this could really help not only with collagen growth and support for my body, but also for helping with my mood and helping stabilize that. So we'll see. I don't have any scenario to give you yet upon like, is it working yet? I'm only about 2 weeks in, but I'll keep you guys posted. Let's put this on our hair. It says once I open, I need to definitely put it on my hair fast. It says we're going to put this on our hair for 20 minutes and then wash and dry our hair. We will set this timer for 20 minutes and then we will take it out and I will go wash and shampoo and dry my hair. Been 20 minutes since it's been on my head. We're gonna take it off. I'm gonna be honest, like now I'm kind of feeling a little bit of heat, but it really wasn't doing like some massive heat. And I think that the heat that it's generating is just probably trapping in the heat from my own skull. It's probably not like creating some kind of like chemical change that is creating heat. I could be wrong, but it's just not really that warm. If you were concerned about some kind of hot thing on your head, it's not gonna be like that. Let's see if we can get this off now. My biggest concern with this too is when I saw that it didn't have very much product in it, I was like, how's that going to work for me? I have a lot of hair. I don't know how well this hair treatment worked as far as like the hair mask goes. Normally what I like to do is I will take like a thick leave-in conditioner and I will like coat it through my hair and then wrap it up in a bag. We'll see how well this worked. I'm gonna go upstairs and shower, and we don't really need Ray to follow me into the shower because you guys get the gist of me washing my hair and conditioning it and then blow drying it, but he'll probably come up and get some B-roll of the blow dry. All right, I'll be back in a little bit. I've been trying my best for a while, trying to please everyone who's around me. I'm back from the shower and I did not put anything into my hair. So while I was blow drying it, I didn't do any like creams or I didn't even do any thermal sprays because I didn't want to change how smooth my hair would be without any of those things. I didn't flat iron, nothing. I just blow dried it. I used some things in the shower that you might be interested in. They're linked below, but I used some Launch hair care products. Here we are, and you can see that my hair is straight and super smooth. There are still going to be those funky little hairs, especially now that I'm getting gray hairs that are all like, you know, unless you take a heat like straightener to them or something, it's like hard to like get them to not be weird, but I didn't do anything like that. One of the things that I wanted to point out today is this finishing, almost like mascara that I found on Amazon, and I will link to it below too. But you know how you get those little baby flyaways on top that we're trying to prevent from happening, but they'll still happen eventually, and you want to be able to like knock them down. This fun little mascara, which is like a finishing hair cream, basically you can take it and just comb down those little flyaways. It's kind of amazing, and it doesn't seem to do a lot of buildup on the hair either. That's kind of like a nice little finishing touch. You could also like do it around these things. This is where I have like kind of those funky gray hairs and things like that. And especially like sometimes on these front pieces, you want them to just be kind of like smoothed down. So I'm like taking it along that. It seems to be awesome. Just a quick recap in case there was a lot of things going on and you're like, what the heck did she do? So I wrote it all down. So first we use Celltermi stem cell from Beauty from Korea, mixed with the Keratin placenta serum from JPP Global. Both of those places offer a 10% off discount to you with the code CHAOS10. And then we microneedled our scalp with that Hydrapen. It will be linked below. We used the cartridge 0.25 millimeters to do that. Then we used my high frequency wand to just kind of aerate and get oxygen and help that serum penetrate deeper. Also, it would help the little puncture micro holes that we made with the Hydrapen heal up fast. Then we masked with the Skip the Spa Thermal Wrap by Eva NYC. All these products, everything I used is linked below. Then I washed my hair and blow dried it. This is what happened.
that gives you more insight. Everything will be in a blog post linked in the description below. Now the next step, we are going to do, I think it's really good to not wash your hair all the time. Now, I realize that maybe I get away with not washing my hair as often because I do have thicker hair, which means I can take a lot of product, I can take a lot of dirt, and my hair loves it. If you have thinner, finer hair, that could be a problem for you, but you could also probably train your hair to go longer. It just might suck for the first few months as you kind of like do that. I probably only wash my hair 6 times a month. I really shoot for only doing it 1 time a week. So every 5 days roughly, I'm washing my hair. In the summer, I will not blow dry my hair as much because it's hot and then I don't want to be sweaty. But I think it's important to do less damage to your hair. So one thing that they were saying is that the more inflammation you build up in your hair, which basically comes from crazy hairstyles like really tight braids, things like that that are going to break your hair, heat, which is going to be found in your curling irons, your hair dryers, your flat irons, all of those things are going to just cause your hair to deteriorate faster. So the less you can do those things and kind of like be like, okay, I'm doing it today, it's going to last me this long. I think if you're more thoughtful that way, then you can probably get a healthier style going on with your hair, a healthier like longevity to not causing your hair to break. If you can get away with not coloring your hair as often too, that will help. The microneedling in my scalp looks good. It is not very abusive at that 0.25. I hope this gave you guys some good insight on what you can do about your hair. I know that there are plenty of ideas out there. This was just something I put together and have been doing, so I hope that it helps you. And I'd love to see your comments below, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.